Yeah, I would probably say for this one, I'll do Mad Max Fury Road.
He's got to make sure that in order to not disorient the viewers when there's action going on, if the viewers are watching something go to the side of the screen and then he cuts to a different thing, or a different shot, he's got to make sure the action's in that same spot. However, The Big Short I think deserves to win Best Film Editing because I think it experimented a lot more and they really tried to make editing active in the form the story took.
A Girl in the River will win.
Last Day of Freedom looks good.
Okay, good.
Have you seen it?
No.
Huh. I've seen them all actually.
Really?
No.
Oh, wow.
I'll say that The Room's going to get Best Adapted Screenplay.
The Room by Tommy Wiseau.
Well, it's either The Big Short or Room for me, I reckon, for the best.
I'm gonna choose The Big Short. It's one of those movies that's a big contender for it's a contender for Best Picture, and I don't think it's gonna really win many of the other ones, to be honest.
No. I'll go with Martian. I think maybe The Martian might get it.
Martian.
Yep. If you hadn't have said The Big Short, I would have picked The Big Short.
I reckon
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina?
Yep.
That would be a big surprise, I think.
Yeah.
If that won. I liked Ex Machina. I personally think probably Spotlight's gonna win. It took a pretty complicated story and made it quite simple to follow, and it's easy to kind of see what was going on at certain times. No.
Mad Max. Hands down.
Yeah, I think Mad Max will get it.
I mean, Mad Max had CGI and practical effects,
Yeah.
and it married them nicely.
Yeah, in a very nice way. I'm gonna think it's Mad Max. I'm gonna say Mad Max for the editing.
Oh, I'll go with you. I'll say Mad Max. I think sound mixing is going to go to Star Wars.
I'm gonna say sound mixing. I'm gonna go to The Revenant.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Revenant. Sure. An issue is always hard to do, and together. Yeah.
I'll tell you why Star Wars needs to get it.
Oh yeah. Tell us why Star Wars going. Okay.
Just got a lot of sci-fi sounds. That's all. I think that's.
I don't know if that is sound mixing, but
What? I think it's going to go to. Everyone's saying Ennio Morricone.
yeah, I think he's gonna.
Thomas Newman's always nice. I liked him from Finding Nemo, but I don't think he's going to get it for this. I think Star Wars soundtrack was downplayed. I think it was one of the more quieter Star Wars soundtracks.
Yeah, it was good as usual. I think there wasn't as many standout single songs. I think Ray's theme was alright. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was more using just the classic music, which wasn't bad, but I don't know if it was Oscar worthy. And I think Ennio Morricone has done a lot of really excellent scores.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to win, and I think it's going to be like a legacy award.
Mad Max has had something like 17 years of pre-production.
It's been a long road.
It's been a long Fury Road.
You could say that, but I wouldn't say that at all.
I think George Miller has to win it purely out of just rationality. One of its caliber that we got in the end. He's deserving of Best Director.
He's won a few directing awards in other award shows, but I think The Revenant, he won the DGA, and I think he's a favourite among other directors.
Cost.
Design.
What? Tune.
I think Mad Max. Yeah, I think just a lot of care is being put into each individual costume.
I don't think I'd be surprised if Cinderella got it, or The Revenant. Carol, they had a good use of red all the way through, but I think Mad Max.
No case. Revenant's gonna win. Because he's the same guy as one. This will be his third year in a row, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he do the year before last?
He did Birdman and then he did Gravity.
So they sent him into space and did the whole George Clooney thing.
Didn't they?
How did he get back?
He didn't.
Yeah, you can't argue with The Revenant. I think it's definitely going to get cinematography.
It's the best part about it. So yeah.
So
Academy always favors, I think, Pixar movies, even if they're not very good. And Inside Out was actually pretty good. So I think that would win. I haven't seen Anomalisa, but
I hope it wins.
they're both very different films.
Yeah.
Usually there's more kid films in the animated category.
I think it's quirky enough. I haven't seen Anomalisa either. I think it's quirky enough to pull it off.
I'm gonna say Alicia Vikander.
I'll go Rooney Mara. I think she did a pretty good job in Carol. It was very much a character-driven piece.
Right.
And they did it all very subtle, elegant performances. So I think Rooney Mara could get this for Carol. Out of all the Oscar nominations this year, I feel most passionate about Tom Hardy winning his Best Supporting Actor because he just did a fantastic job in The Revenant playing a guy called... He's a villain, but he does it so insightfully that he's able to bend... You can understand where he's coming from.
I'm actually going to go with Sylvester Stallone. I don't know, I feel like he's been around for long enough and everyone, as it's often said, a lot of the Academy's members are like older men.
Oh, I see.
And I feel like, I don't know, they might connect more to that story. I think this is the one that I'm very confident in. This is the one I'm probably most confident in. So if you're gonna like make a bet, I reckon Brie Larson's gonna definitely, like, absolutely gonna win this, no doubt.
Brie Larson, no one's second that.
Yeah, I think that whole movie, despite not seeing it, but apparently the whole movie relies on that performance.
Johnny Wiseau.
I reckon it's finally gonna be Eddie Redmayne's year. They're saying this is finally gonna be Leonardo DiCaprio's year. And I think it's about time they recognize rich, white, attractive men. We're people too. Oh yeah, Leonardo's gonna be.
His performance is really strong, purely because he's been thrown on a boot camp and we're following him the entire way.
Right.
I don't think it'd be too hard to pull something off when you're under those sort of conditions.
He wasn't even acting most of the time. He was literally just surviving. Well, a few people have been saying that if he did win, it would be bad for acting. Because it would reward showy acting, or like more acting.
Yeah.
And like more misery equaling a better performance. This one is a lot more open, I think, than previous years.
That's true.
I feel like a lot of the time it's pretty predictable what is going to win Best Picture. But I think there's probably 3 or 4, I'd probably say even 4 ones that have a chance to win.
Yeah.
And I would say that would be Big Short, Mad Max, The Revenant, and Spotlight. While I think The Revenant was pretty controversial, like I think a lot of people thought it was this masterpiece, but some people thought it was very minimalist and didn't have much characterization. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's gonna win.
I've got to compare The Revenant with Birdman because they're both directed by Honoratu. Birdman, I think, is one of the most important films to come out in the last decade. And that worked on so many levels. Cinematography was these incredible long takes. The characters and the stories were so advanced and performed so well. And you could analyze it on so many levels. And when you compare that to The Revenant's, you're right, it's a lot more straightforward story about a guy trying to hunt down this other guy in the middle of the snow, and for some reason he just doesn't die.
I believe it. Like, I wasn't too hung up on, he should be dead right now.
Yeah.
Like,
you could sort of suspend disbelief for that. Sort of. There was some points where like maybe not. He kind of jumped off a cliff too many at this point. Going back to the bigger picture, it looks lovely, but I don't think it's got the power that Birdman had. I don't think it has the comparable power within the story to push it ahead to get it to win Best Picture. It would be a little personal victory if Mad Max got it.
Right. Yeah, I would personally like it if Mad Max won, because that'd just be really kind of out there.
I think Mad Max.
Revenant.
Mad
The Revenant.
Max.
The Revenant.